Hello for everyone. So excited to have you here. I'm so excited to have my friend and mentor, Kim, with me. Let me read this because it's so amazing. Kim Woods, MBA and evolutionary astrology master, yes, also known as the intuitive business strategist, teaches high performing entrepreneurs to know, like, and trust themselves, creating radical levels of satisfaction in every aspect of their life. Her revolutionary question of do you know, like, and trust yourself is the perfect thread that weaves intuition with success. Kim expertly pairs the ancient wisdom of astrology and sacred healing modalities with modern techniques delivered through simple and practical methods. And I can say, absolutely, she does. Kim is amazing. I am so thankful to have you here.
So what are we going to do here today, Michelle? Are we going to have so much fun talking about intuition and talking about the work that you do and how you gather people and help them step in to themselves, put themselves at the center of their lives, let them not be overshadowed by others? What, you want me to keep going on, my
Oh,
friend?
no, 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 no. No, I mean, I think talking about self love and intuition and how we step into that, I think it's perfect because it's the day after Valentine's. We're always
Yeah.
outward facing for Valentine's. How do I make them feel special? What do I do for
Mhm.
others? And
Yep.
I think it's just great today we start focusing on how do I make myself feel good?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you a little secret. So about 10 years ago, so my two are they're a little bit younger than yours, but they're older than maybe a lot of your audience. So my children are in young adults, let's just say baby adults, right? But when they're not, when you're growing the family, when you're in the throes of that, right? The 2 days that I would be looking forward to and yet then not looking forward to would be Valentine's would be one and Mother's Day would be the other, right? Like, think about it. Think about Mother's Day, what it does, right? So I had a theory, and I still carry this theory forward, that you know what? The day itself, fine. Do it for them, do it for whatever, but then take a day
Right.
for yourself. Like, take a top secret day, like no one else, it's on your own calendar, it's not on anybody else's, and it's just for you.
I think that's lovely. You
Yeah.
know, um, Yeah. Mother's Day didn't really change a lot. I mean, now that my daughter is a mother, I focus on her
Yep.
because I do feel after doing a lot of work and working with you and stuff that I get to do Mother's Day most days. You know
Oh,
what?
I love that. Okay, wait. New moniker, new mantra for you. Mother's Day every day. Mother's Day every day, right?
I mean, seriously, motherhood is the most thankless job, but the toughest and most impactful job I think anyone could ever have.
100%, 100%. So we want to hear. I see you have friends here. You have people like making comments, and so I would love. Here's the thing, Michelle. I don't think you have to be a mother to recognize that you should put yourself in the center stage of your life. But I know that most of your followers happen to be moms, and so I think as mothers, that's literally I used to say you create like an invisibility version of yourself, like you just completely evaporate and you give all the space to your children and your family, and that's appropriate but not all the time, right?
Exactly. I mean, so absolutely everyone needs self-love. It's the moms that we've been those of us, and Kim and I kind of have this thing. Um, our mothers didn't necessarily give us the example of motherhood that we wanted.
Yep.
So we weren't taught how to love and be who we were.
Yep.
So that's part of like my thing is I say reconnect sometimes, but I actually think sometimes we have to learn as adults who we are and without the roles that we play. And
Exactly.
motherhood is a huge role, and it's easy to throw yourself into that role.
Well, first
I
of all,
mean,
thrown upon you, right? Like, so, but no, think about it. Like it is thrown upon you. But this is what I talk about when I talk about leadership, right? Like I talk about that trajectory, and I've compared it to parenting, where you start off and you do all the things. Of course, you do all the things. You need to do all the things. So whether you have a new business, or you have a new like child, or you have a new grandchild, or whatever, right? Like you do all the things and you're in the front and you're leading and you're doing all that. But at some point you want to have that trajectory, you want to have that like shifting. And we would love it to be elegant, but it's not always elegant, hence your work, right? So we would love it to be elegant, the way that you just start shifting and you just start beautifully and smoothly just handing over the reins to, and again, in business, it can be to staff or to team or to vendors, even outsourcing, or in your family life, it could be to those children that are growing and that they have more responsibility and they take on more things. And so then you can step away. But Michelle, I think what we often find is people step away, but not.
correct.
Right?
Because
Right?
they have no idea what to do if they're not doing that.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
don't know who they are. I call it people pleasing, whatever, but they just have no idea who they are if they're not making other people happy and
Right.
doing for other people.
Right.
And our role here on earth is not necessarily to take care of everyone else. It's not to forget and step on them, but it's not to be serving all the time.
Right. Exactly. And it's music to my ears to hear you say that. Wait, what? Right?
Hey, it's not always easy to say, to come to that, because the thing about people pleasing is you get instant feedback. If they're
Oh, true. Yep.
happy, if
Yep.
they're happy, then I did my job and I can be happy.
Or if they're not happy, then they need you more. And so they kind of draw you in, and then you must, kind of cover whatever it was that they're deeming that you didn't cover for them. And I'm gonna just pop out here too and say it's also about partners. It's
Yes.
also about friends. It's also about clients. It's also about, like, literally, if you've hollowed yourself out, and let's be perfectly clear, motherhood requires you to hollow yourself out in some way, shape, or form, right? So you've hollowed yourself out. If you don't know how to then fill yourself, whether we can call that self-love or self-care or just actuating, or like my work, living your true life purpose, right? Then you are responding and reacting, probably, right, is probably a better word, to all the input from others. And so I would say, ask yourself, I'm going to give your audience a little like ask, right? Like ask yourself if you feel as if when you meet your partner in a daily basis, or you meet friends, if you are coming in a place of reciprocity,
Beautiful.
right?
It's beautiful. Yeah, because it is that. We have a role, we have a place, we have stuff, and we just don't even realize it. We give it over.
Yeah,
And it's in that, becoming whole again as you, not all the roles, is
right,
absolutely key to being harmonious in our lives. And that's part of self-love, is
right,
knowing that you have value no matter what other people are feeling, acting, doing, saying, your partners, it's funny because we talk about parents and even PTAs. Everyone's like, oh, you should do this and volunteer and you should be actively involved
right,
in everything. And the people pleasers are like, I should. Oh my God, if
right,
I
right,
don't, what happens? And it's like, hey, it's okay to say no.
right,
And
right.
that's huge. Learning to say no and create boundaries is a step one to self-love.
Yeah. So, and I think what to remember too is that, we just did a fun program. Did you have an opportunity to do that? I can't remember where we were. I think we were in our free group on self-love. Did you, for Valentine's Day? Were you able to
I
go to
didn't
it?
get to do it,
Oh,
no,
it's
but
super
oh my
fun.
gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because everything you do is amazing.
Thank you. I'm going to show you pictures. Miriam did this like design, and then we would color them in. Okay, my point is leveraging what Michelle just said, is that self love isn't always a bath and, a sparkly glass of whatever. Self-love can be ferocious, and it can be dynamic, and it can be edgy, and it can be vulnerable, and it can be all those things. Hence your title, right? So see, intuitive, harmony, warrior, right? Like, do we think that those words go together? I say yes, they absolutely do, because sometimes you need to be that. Okay, I'm being harmonious, I'm finding the ease, I'm finding the flow. Other times it's like I'm putting the stake in the ground, I am saying no, and I am ferociously yelling it, like almost to a bellow, right? And both of those things can be true.
Absolutely. Doesn't make your hard ass.
Right. No,
It
exactly.
doesn't, I mean, being a warrior in my mind is saying, I'm going to fight through all the crap I've been taught, all the programming, all of that crap. That's the only word I can really think of. And I'm going to fight for myself.
Right.
As much as I would fight for my children and my spouse and my parents and my friends, and because we have no problem as women going out and fighting and standing up for our kids. I mean, you always stand up and like, you're going to do it. But how much do you fight for yourself? And not like
Right.
fight. I'm not talking about that, but like fight to find yourself. In my story, I talk about looking in the mirror and it being a stranger looking back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
And
I
how
did not know who that was. And it was a warrior that had to go find her.
Exactly, exactly. So tell us, like, tell a story about, your work and how you help other women when they look in the mirror, that they see themselves, or they see some semblance of themselves and know enough to say, you know what, I want to see the whole part of me. Like, I want to see all of me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so everyone's different. I
Yep.
don't have, like you can't say, well, you got to do this, this, and this. Everybody on the world do this. What what part did you give up? I help you find because I
Okay.
help you tap in through that self-love first, knowing your acceptance, knowing mindset, all of so the program that we're going to be jumping called Yes to Me is
Okay. Oh, I
all
love that title.
is about learning your mindset, catching your mindset to say, I matter, not just others. And
Yep.
then it's about control. Like that's what people pleasing is we don't feel like we have enough in ourselves that people would love us. So we want to go out and make sure that they love us by making sure they need us and we're making them happy. So it's a
Right.
little bit about letting control go. That's a month. And then it's self-worth and self-love, accepting that. So when I
Right.
work with clients and stuff, that's what I'm working with. How did you love yourself today? What did you even want to do?
Right.
Because so many of us have, like, I didn't even know what I enjoyed.
Exactly. Oh, 100%. I remember a business owner asking me, this was like a decade and a half ago, like, how do I find my passion? Right. And I
Exactly.
was, and that to me, I mean, I was doing very traditional business strategy work at the time. And that was like one of those like reverberating moments that you have in your life when you think, oh, super important. Don't know the answer, going to go find out. Right. So I went on and explore, and then got into the intuitive side. For me,
Yep.
that was what my kind of secret sauce was. But, being able to answer like, what makes me happy, how do I enjoy life? You said two things that I want to just bring back. And one of them was, feeling needed, right?
Mhm.
And then feeling like that reflection back, right? So, and like other people pleasing. What if the two questions were, how do I need myself today? Right? And then how can I please myself today?
Right.
I bet those would be wildly probative questions.
And we just don't ask them. We
Right.
don't ask those questions, but that's it. And then so once you accept your self-love, then you can start getting into the intuition, which is about your purpose. And like you were saying,
Yeah.
that's where the key is. But and how do we get there? And until, I remember my own little journey was like I had no idea that the universe actually cared about me for a long time.
That's crazy.
I
That's crazy
know. And
talk.
then you
That is
sit
just crazy
down
talk.
and one day it was like, you're worthy. And I'm like, okay, I'm worthy when? And I started going through all these things. And this was in that meditation. And the universe answered back, no, you're worthy.
Yeah, period. right? Like,
period.
period,
And
stop.
it was that mind-blowing, "Oh my gosh, I'm worthy." And the thing is, everyone listening to this now or later, you're worthy too.
Right, right,
And that's the
exactly.
key.
Right, exactly, exactly. So I'm gonna be, asking you. I want to know all about your program. Me first. I want to know all about that. Like, what is all about that? What is that? Yes to me. What did you? I'm sorry. I'm like
Yeah,
Miss.
it's
Yes,
saying yes to me
yes
because
to me.
that
Okay.
is the key where we start, I think, for a lot of women. And
Yeah.
I say women, I mean, yeah, men do it too. But I know for me, my journey was I was good at being a mom. I was good at being a wife. I had no
Mhm.
idea who Michelle was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was the moment when I said yes to finding me. That's when I started going through everything. And here I am. And my journey is just I never thought 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I would be here on a live with Kim Woods and, like, talking about this, but the program is launching soon, so get on a phone call. Let's talk about it, how it works for you.
Okay. All right. So wait, wait, wait. Am I hearing this correctly? You're going to give away free calls to talk to you, that you can have a conversation with Michelle and she can give like really good support, right? During
Oh,
that time, and
absolutely.
just listen to you, and you're going to probably feel as if you're held in some way. It's going to feel super luscious. Okay. So you're going to drop something in the comments where someone could get those calls, right?
I
And
will,
then
and I've opened up my calendar for the next 2.5 weeks, pretty much open.
crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so that's juicy. And then okay, and then your program. So what are the details of your program?
It's gonna be a 3-month program.
Okay.
We're gonna take a month because I don't wanna rush anything. I want you to know
Yep.
I want everyone to get it. So the first is all about mindset. So
Yep.
we're gonna talk about how we wake up, how we notice the patterns that we've gotten into, because we all have the patterns. We all have our negative thoughts. We all have our positive thoughts.
Right.
We're gonna talk about mindset and how important it is and how it actually tells you how you interact with the world. And we're gonna start talking about energy in that and how we vibrate and how we let things come to us. So we're gonna do vision boarding in that first month.
Fun.
We're really gonna talk about your vision board and how you make a vision board through your mindset. And then we're going to talk about people pleasing, the not fun conversation, but it's the important one. And
Yeah.
we're going to start finding the patterns and how do you find out where you're at and where your anxiety comes and where you're not happy and how we just try and make everyone else happy and we totally imploding ourselves when
Yeah.
we people please because eventually and I'm guilty of this. You start to resent the person you've been people pleasing.
Oh, 100%. Of course you do, because you've hollowed yourself out. Like you're not even a person anymore. It's like you're like this empty space and all your energy is in their space. Think about it.
Absolutely.
All your energy is out there. It's like and this is why you're probably exhausted, right? Like wouldn't it be great to wake up like super refreshed but then go to bed even more refreshed? That would be
That's it.
awesome.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how we break those patterns and how we find our worth without letting anyone down. This isn't about, okay, guys, you're on your own. I'm not doing anything for you. This is about
Right.
making small steps to getting you on your own calendar. And then the last month, my favorite month, is all about self worth, accepting it so that
Yeah.
you can have self love. And what does that look like? It looks like small things. It's like looking in the mirror and going, I know who you are.
Mhm.
And it
Mhm.
doesn't mean that you're egotistical. It doesn't mean you're all in their head and everyone's got to serve you. Self love just means, you know what? I matter. And I'm going to
Right.
do things that make me happy per day. And it's not about letting you down, but it's small things. What if you like tea versus coffee? Isn't that a self-love act to drink the thing you like? But how
Right.
many of us even know? I remember like just the small things like, what do you want for dinner? I have no idea what I want for dinner. I can
Right.
name what everyone else likes for dinner and what's easiest to cook and what's going to be easiest to clean up. But wait, what do I like? And
Yeah.
that's an act of self-love, small things like that. And we're going to dive into that and help you really start pulling it in and pulling it together. It's just a simple yes to me, first step. Let's do this. I'm worthy of it and I deserve it kind of moment.
I love that. I love that. So it was interesting because I live in Boston, and so we get snow. It's wintertime, and so we had a beautiful 55-degree day on Saturday, and my husband and I are doing the things. Like having so much fun. Our kids are both away at college for the first time. Oh, it's like dreamy, right? Okay, awesome. We wake up the next morning, we have snow on the ground. We didn't know it was supposed to snow. We were like, and I've already mentally moved on. Like I
Oh
know
yeah.
I shouldn't. I mean, I'm smarter than this, but yet that hope bursts, in your heart, and you're like, oh, it's going to be warm. It's going to be great. And so the next day, let's go out for a walk. Okay, there's 6 inches of snow. Here's the question: where are my boots? No idea, right? No idea. Then my husband finds them. It was lovely, and I look at him, and what I realized? I bought them like maybe 15 years ago, and guess what, Michelle? They didn't fit when I bought them. I was in the store. The kids were there. My husband was there. We were skiing. It was one of those things. It was hurry, hurry, hurry. This was the size they have. Let's just go, whatever. And I bought them. I bought boots that didn't fit. So, I mean, I have other boots now, but my husband, he went to the ski closet and he got my boots. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I don't wear those. And he looked at me. He's like, why? I said, because they don't fit. He's like, since when? I said, since the moment I tried them on. And as only a man can do, like, are you kidding me right now? You get the face like, how could that have happened? Your feet were there. The shoes were there. You were going to be, I don't know. He would never have done that. He would
No.
never have done that. I'm like, I'll get the boots that actually do fit.
Yep.
So crazy, little tiny acts of self-love. That's my only point. So we all have had these experiences. Buy the things that fit, even if it takes a little bit longer.
And buy the things that make you happy.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, no, we won't go
Right?
all there. All the
Crazy.
stories.
I mean, I would love people to share because I bet we all have crazy cuckoo town
Yes.
stories that we didn't even realize that we did.
Oh, yeah.
And my poor husband, he's like, then he's looking at me, he's holding the boots, he's like, why are these in the ski closet then? And I'm thinking, probably because I didn't take the time to even tell you that they don't fit. And I'll just go get the boots that, because why would I have to bother anybody else? Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy,
I
crazy.
had a pair of boots that were like the metal was bent on the back, and I just kept wearing them too. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't. That's fine. It's no big deal. It's fine. Yeah. You know what? Life isn't about being fine. Life is about being awesome.
that's it.
Right?
What a slogan. Let's make life awesome.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
and not for others, for yourself.
Exactly. Well, then this is the thing too, and this is where I think it will help a lot of people is that we feel selfish. We've been groomed, and this is what Michelle's program is going to help you with. I'm sure is like just get all those tapes out of your head that like you're selfish if you think of yourself, and you're selfish if you matter, and all the things. Like all those tapes need to be gone. But then even once they are, it's really then taking those actions around that. Right? Like to back it up. So I think it's like a scaffolding thing. It's like, or like a linking where I'll take an action, then I'll think better, and then I'll think better and I'll take an action. Right? I bet that's the way your program goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
We're going to be there every week, just building little skills, journal prompts.
Love
are,
that.
are you dating yourself? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
seriously, we date others, we think about others, we claim what do they want. Instead, let's kind of date ourselves by getting to know who we are again.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Okay, so you're gonna give them the link to do the
I will.
call with Michelle, which is dreamier than dreamy. And then, do you have the program information that people can have, or
Yeah.
you're gonna spool that out? Like, what are you gonna do with that? Is it gonna be
I
like a treasure hunt?
I don't have a page on it yet, but I have all
Okay,
the information. It will
perfect.
start mid-March. I want to get it. It's a 3-month program, 12 weeks, kind of done. Think of it trying to get it done before kids get out of school. I know summers get busy for
Perfect.
moms, so we're
Perfect
going to get it
timing.
done. It's not going to be much it's not. And if you mention this call with Kim, I'm throwing in some bonuses like one-on-one calls, full session, one-on-one calls.
Okay, you guys. I don't know. Here's the deal. Have you outed yourself on how magical you are? Like, or am I going to do that with you right now?
I think you're going to be doing that for me.
Okay. Okay. Take a deep breath. First, I want people to recognize that this program is going to go over and through Mother's Day. So I'm sure there's going to be some special celebratory, like, oh my goodness, that week of Mother's Day. So you don't feel left out of life. Right. So I'm just saying that. And then secondly, okay, Michelle is so flipping intuitive, you guys. No, for real. Like she comes in with all these healing gifts and all this magic and all this power that is just plucked from every different aspect of all the different realms and tools and all the things you know about magic. And it's specifically just for you. Mic drop. So if you're not super excited about this and saying, okay, like, let's go, then you're cuckoo.
I'd love to have you, but thank you. Yes, that's part of that. When I found out I was worthy, then I
Yes.
just kept opening, and the gifts are here. And I'm telling you, I love what I do. I feel like it's been an honor to be given magical gifts. And I'm not here to just hold them. I'm here to share them, because
Exactly.
As Kim talks about, the new earth is all about loving yourself so that you can love others.
Exactly. And valuing yourself, right? And really recognizing that you are a gift. Like the reality is you are the gift. And yet we could be the gift and not do anything. We don't have to, but you've been called to do things. So here you are, my friend. Come out wherever you are.
Here I am. And here I am. I'm going to throw it back to Kim, because Kim she tells you things that you have no idea are going to be possible. And the times and all of this. And so working with Kim is really opening that. And coaches need coaches.
Yep.
We all need them.
Yep.
I don't want to stop growing.
Right.
So some people say, well, why would you? But I am telling you, you got to have a mentor. And if your coach doesn't have a mentor, ask them.
Exactly. 100%.
Somebody has to be growing them. And I want to be challenged. And Kim is the one that challenges and keeps pushing me. And I love it. And I thank you for that. And I thank you for helping me open the gifts so that I can share them.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. It's been so beautiful. And you keep saying yes, and you keep coming and doing the things. And so when I asked you if you wanted to, so Michelle helped me with a program. She helped share it and she helped do all the things. And I said, okay, then I'm going to come and I'm going to do a live with you. And she said yes. And honestly, a lot of people didn't. I think I asked like 5 or 6 people. You're the first live I'm doing, my friend. So boom sauce. Like, yay. You're like ready. It's so good.
I just don't want to hold this in. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but Kim understands this. And I hope everyone who's watching understands this. When you've been given a gift, which is what I feel like I've been given, my purpose is a gift. And I need to share that.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. Creation is something that it's like exponential, it's like love. It's exactly like love. Love loves to be shared. Love loves to be witnessed. Love loves to be, exchanged. Right. And so that's the way the magical gifts are as well. So they don't want to sit, they'll get like anything. If you don't use your brain, you're going to get forgetful. If you don't use your heart and love, it's going to get a little bit chiseled or wizened, right? If you don't use your magical gifts, I don't know what happens, because I've never not used them, but I'm assuming that they would then get a little bit like put on the shelf and get a little bit stale. No, they're too powerful. Yours are too powerful to do that. So you guys, she can't help herself. She has to do this. Right?
I know. So come on, please.
Yep, 100%.
Give me opportunities. I mean,
and here's the deal. Women helping women is the theme, right? So connection is really a theme for this year too. So anybody who's listening, tag, share, like we're going to share it to our page. Like, honestly, I'm going to tag a bunch of people, like 100%, because this way it helps. Think about what we just talked about, like the sharing and the power and the exchange, and the energy just lifts, and it lifts you just by doing that. It absolutely does. It's beautiful.
It does.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do before we disappear into the sunset?
Just say thank you. And guys, I'm opening my calendar. Please come. Please share this with anyone you feel has given away their worth through people pleasing or whatever means. I would love to help them. And it's not me. That is what I want to emphasize. It is not me. It is the universe wants you to care.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So Here's the thing. If you don't book a free call, you're cuckoo. That's it. There's another blind.
Why, thank you. And
Thank you.
I'm here and
Awesome.
amazing. And I thank you,
Awesome.
Kim, for your time.
Sure thing. Oh my gosh. Love talking about this. Could talk all day long.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
So I will be dropping the link for the free call. I just can, my attention is here, and then I will drop the link and it'll be here posted in just a minute.
Yeah. And I'm sure Michelle goes back and comments on all the things.
I
So
will.
leave a comment. That gives energy too. You can bear witness, and, magic can be, I don't know, infused maybe.
Yep. And I also have a free group. I'll drop that in the comments too.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. I forget, Me First Moms.
It is.
I love that. That is so catchy. I love that. That's perfect.
You
Says
know,
it all.
it's just like at the airlines where you got to put your mask on first. That's
Yep.
all it is. It's put
Yep.
your mask on first so you can give to the little ones in your house, give to your adult children, give to anyone else in the world. But you can't do it unless you put yourself first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Thanks for having me,
Thank
Michelle.
you.